Hi, I'm Scott Marcus. I'm a senior fellow here at the CEPS, also a professor at the EUI in Florence. I'm here today to talk about an idea of mine that I've been promoting for a while now, to enable venture capital funds to be provided from a source that's largely untapped to date in order to enable European startups to scale up. Now, if I were to ask you why it is that the United States has a Silicon Valley and we in Europe don't, what might you answer? You might talk, perhaps, about brilliant entrepreneurs. You might talk about distinguished universities. You might talk about an obscure change to American pension law enacted in 1974, but you probably wouldn't talk about that last one, even though it turns out that it was quite critical to the Americans solving this problem. If we look at the reasons why European startups can't grow, even though we actually generate more per year than the United States, there are four key reasons that show up in pretty much every analysis. Lack of access to finance, lack of access to skills, a still incomplete single market, and regulatory burden. We need to work on all of those. But money makes the world go round. If we don't solve the access to finance, the rest won't be sufficient. We need to get more money into our startups to enable them to scale up, the promising startups. Venture capital in the United States is about 20 times as great as in the European Union. If a startup company can get venture capital or private equity funding, they typically get only a fifth as much venture capital, a 20th as much private equity funding as a similar firm in the United States. On that basis, we're not going to be able to scale them up. But we could potentially solve the problem the same way that the Americans did, and that is by unshackling our pension funds, our insurance funds, to allow them, if they choose, to invest a prudent fraction of their resources into riskier investments. That would be good for the funds, also good for the pensioners. A portfolio with a mix of risks and expected profit, expected maturities, a balanced portfolio is better than one that's lopsided towards fixed income instruments. It would be better for the pensioners, not only generating higher returns, but also a better hedge against inflation and demographic change. It's basically win-win. What's been lacking in Europe to date is lack of vision, lack of political will, lack of commitment, lack of audacity. And that's what I'm proposing to change. Thank you.